Eat Their Lunch, Winning Customers Away from Your Competition, by Anthony Iannarino. This summary is brought to you by Hook My Book. This book is about how to create a competitive advantage in an industry that is growing slowly or not at all. Salespeople in this type of industry must be focused on creating value for their clients above all else, and must be able to find new ways to do things that their competitors cannot. This book is a call to action to push salespeople back to the basics and remind them that they are competitors and that their success depends on others' failures. Your company goes out into the market to win new clients. You believe that what you sell, and how you sell it, is better than what your competitors sell. Your intention is to better serve those companies and customers that are not getting what they really want or need. When this is true, you win clients from your competitors and you capture market share. Your competitors, meanwhile, aren't sitting passively, losing market share without so much as a response. Instead, they are paying attention to what you are doing to create more value and developing ways to create even greater value. They take their new offering to the market and target your clients with the offer of greater value, in turn competitively displacing you, or trying to. The beneficiaries of such competition are the consumers. We produce better offerings, and the customers we serve get better results because of our competition to create greater value and win their business. When you are competing against other businesses, it is important to remember that you cannot speak negatively about them. Instead, you should do the opposite and speak positively about them. When you are speaking with clients who are unhappy with their current situation, be sure to ask them what they think makes your business different and why they should choose you over your competitor. You should always be gaining new knowledge about what you do differently. This approach is professional, as it doesn't require you to say anything negative about the competitor at all. A competitive displacement is when a salesperson steals away a client from another salesperson. To win their business, a competitive salesperson will have to be more proactive and disciplined in their approach. They will also have to compel their client to change. Some signs that a displacement may be possible are when a salesperson becomes complacent, entitled, or apathetic. A competitive salesperson should also be aware of new stakeholders who may create opportunities for displacement. 4 levels of value creation. Level 1, Product. Level 2, Service. Level 3, Business Results. Level 4, Strategic Partner. A salesperson creates value in 4 ways: product, service, differentiated value, and strategic partnership. A good product or service is important, but a higher level of value is created when a salesperson solves problems for their clients. This is why it is important to have outstanding service and support. In Level 3, you produce tangible business results. This is the level where you compete against other salespeople and sales organizations who also sell at this level. Almost every one of your serious competitors is trying to create Level 3 value. This means that what has to be different isn't found in any of the 3 preceding levels. You have to improve your product, service, and support in order to be competitive. Level 4 strategic partners are people who have the business acumen and experience to be able to give good advice and who can understand the dissonance your dream client is experiencing. They also have the ability to explain why they are struggling to produce the results they need and are challenged by their current circumstances. When a salesperson is able to help their clients solve problems, they are creating strategic value. The highest level of value is created when a salesperson is able to envision the future and help their clients integrate their goals with their business. This is differentiated value. Difficult to create, difficult to maintain, and difficult to compete with, strategic value is what makes a salesperson stand out from the competition. The author discusses the importance of mind share in sales, and how it can be developed through thoughtful and impactful content sharing. Mind share can be developed in a number of ways, including through careful reading of newspapers, magazines, and business journals, as well as watching and listening to business shows. Mind share can also be developed by providing valuable insights that coincide with the client's interests and challenges. The author urges readers to begin by sharing written content, and to build up a library of such articles as evidence of their insights and knowledge. We are going to see that there are four main trends that are going to have a big impact on modern businesses. They are outsourcing non-core functions, the increasing speed of technology adoption, personalization of technology, and meeting customers' expectations. Salespeople today need to shift their focus from trying to elicit dissatisfaction from their clients in order to create an opportunity, to trying to create a case for change that will convince the client to change. This is done by leveraging trends and insights to help make a case for change, and by building the case for change through content that speaks to the reasons why the client needs to change. People in the workforce are retiring at an increasing rate, businesses are having a hard time finding replacements, and the skills gap is widening. This means that the trends you have identified, namely, the need for companies to change, are indeed real and need to be addressed. Your views and values, in this case, your advice on what companies should do, are a way of providing additional perspective on what is happening and why it needs to be addressed. By sharing your views and values, you help your dream client make sense of the trends and what they should be doing to prepare for the future. The author suggests that in order to win dream clients, you first need to determine which companies are the biggest spenders in your industry. You can do this by looking at their LinkedIn profiles or by talking to people in your industry. Once you have a list of these companies, you need to target them specifically with your ideas and solutions. You should do this by meeting with them and pitching your product specifically to them. Once you have won them over, you should continue to nurture them and provide value in order to keep them loyal. If they are a nightmare client, you should avoid them at all costs. Salespeople traditionally spend their time prospecting for new customers, but this does not have to be the case. You can prospect for your competitors instead. This will allow you to focus your efforts and make the most of your time, which will result in outsized results. In the past, when selling to clients, the idea was to talk to them about their pain points in order to figure out what they needed and to try to sell them a solution. However, in today's economy, where more and more companies are being disrupted, this approach is no longer as effective. The world has become more difficult, and the challenges faced by businesses are greater and more systemic. To sell effectively in today's economy, you need to have a framework that takes a more holistic view of the client and their place in a changing business ecosystem. Sometimes opportunities are created when your dream client experiences some event that makes good enough no longer good enough. You can help your client develop a vision of the better future available to them, show them what is possible, and help them understand how to get there. That makes you the catalyst for change. What your dream client needs you to answer for them is, what do I get on the other side of this change? What will the future look like? The way you want to set up this strategy is to define the current state, define the future state, and then define the solution that will be necessary to move your client from the current state to the better future state they need. The two main types of challenges when trying to get an agreement from a dream client are internal challenges within the company, in which the various stakeholders may not all be on the same page, and mistakes we often make when we believe our goal is to displace a competitor. In order to overcome these challenges, you need to build consensus around the problem, the solution, and finally the process. You also need to help the contacts identify who needs to be part of the conversation, who needs to be part of any group that makes the decision to change, and when it is best to engage them. Finally, you should let your intangibles work for you. These intangibles can be things like the quality of your service, the innovation in your product, or the market share you hold. By making these intangibles your competitive advantage, you will be able to convince your clients to switch to working with you instead of your competitor. End of the summary. Thanks for listening.